Hi, this is Daniel Rosehill and thanks for checking out the DSR Ghostwriting YouTube channel. So for today's video I want to talk about the difference between thought leadership, content marketing and PR, and really mostly the difference between thought leadership and content marketing. So these are two very commonly talked about and executed types of marketing used in campaigns, and there is an important difference. The first thing to say is that thought leadership is definitely a worthwhile activity. Now, I've talked on my website, The Insights, and on the podcast about two different studies, the Element LinkedIn study and the Code Red Security PR Network study. The latter was a smaller study into about 200 UK-based practitioners, but actually threw up a lot of really interesting insights about thought leadership. What exactly is thought leadership? So when we're talking about thought leadership, we're typically talking about people leveraging the leadership of their thoughts. Now, I'm not trying to be clever. The name actually says a lot. When we're talking about thought leadership, we're looking at people talking about thoughts. They're thinking on some emerging industry debate that is really original and very interesting. Typically, thought leadership can be used to portray and on the buying side to gauge the quality of an individual or of an organization's thinking. Common examples of thought leadership could be articles that are put out in a trade media publication, and I would even include speeches at a conference. What really matters, not so much the format, but actually the messaging, the way the thought leadership is delivered. The Element and LinkedIn study showed us that there is a real deficit in terms of the quality of thought leadership being received by the market, and that originality and brevity are two things that really matter to people. So thought leadership is often used in long B2B selling processes, and something else that's very important about thought leadership is that thought leadership is often a peer-to-peer activity. When people approach thought leadership as just another form of content marketing with a spin, they invariably do not get the results they're looking for. Thought leadership is often a B2B process. That means, for example, that we're looking about someone putting out thought leadership in a company. Let's just take an example. They have something very interesting to say, let's say about the IoT. They have a thought about radio networks, about cellular networks versus a different type of network. They're going to put that out into, let's say, an industry magazine that's being read by other people in the industry. Now, there's a few differences here between this activity and content marketing. In content marketing, we're often looking at buying by education. We need to start with educating the potential readership about the very basics. What is the IoT? What is a radio network? And typically with content marketing, we're very product focused, and we're also looking at really targeting in bulk at those keywords. Content marketing as part of inbound marketing is highly effective. This isn't. I'm not going against it here. I'm just saying the thought leadership is a different set of tactics and approaches. It's for a different audience, and it needs to be executed differently in order to be effective. When we're looking at the difference between thought leadership and public relations, thought leadership is an integral part of many PR strategies. A lot of PR will include a strong thought leadership dimension, but of course, PR goes far beyond thought leadership. So a typical PR campaign might include media monitoring. It might include managing relations with analysts that are covering your product or your niche, and it would of course also include pitching the media relations, developing relationships with journalists in order to later leverage those, hopefully for earned media coverage. So there's a definite difference between thought leadership and content marketing. From my perspective, as someone helping individuals and organizations write thought leadership, I see the main difference really being in the very nature of the activity. With thought leadership, we're leveraging our expertise, the quality of our thinking about an industry debate. With content marketing, we're actually leveraging the information. It's an educational buyer journey experience, and that's what we're leveraging. We're leveraging the actual information that we're conveying in order to start this, as I describe in the blog and podcast, symbiotic relationship with our readership that we ultimately hope is going to transfer into sales. That's basically my perspective. If you'd like to get more about that information, please check out the DSR Ghostwriting podcast. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a few other podcatchers. If you'd like to learn more about thought leadership, please check out dsrghostwriting.com. I specialize in thought leadership for the B2B technology sector, things like articles, blogs, ebooks, white papers, speeches, and even books for individuals. dsrghostwriting.com. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to get more videos into your feed about thought leadership, content marketing, and all things marketing and writing related, then please click on the subscribe button.